are here backstage at the 2016 Jay Cutler Desert Classic at the Palms Casino, and I'm joined by the one and only, of course, four-time Mr. Olympia, Jay Cutler. How are you doing?
Always great to see you. Once again, year after year.
Likewise, I can't get enough, right?
I guess it's it's turned into such a big event, a yearly event. I mean, everyone's excited, and I think this year's attendance is probably the best we've had. So that's awesome.
Yes, and it's always a sold-out crowd, and everybody's always excited, especially on award night when they're getting all the presentations and awards. What's been your favorite part of this whole process? I mean, this is the sixth year.
You know what? I've seen the show grow. We've had a lot of success, and now with the continued expansion of divisions, it's giving more people opportunity to compete at different levels. And I think seeing the first-time contestants, which we have an abundance of, I think the majority actually of the contestants are first-time getting on stage and competing at all ages and levels. It's awesome to see that because I can reminisce now back to when I started over 20 years ago. And it was my first competition, and I know how those people feel. I've experienced it myself. So me as being on the promotion side, I try to make those people feel a little more comfortable. So it's always good to have conversation and tell people, listen, I was there, I did the same thing, and at the same level, and we're all going through the same processes as we get on stage for the first time.
Now, speaking of the first-timers, do you have any advice for people who want to compete or if this is their first competition?
You know what? I always tell people you give yourself such a preparation time. I mean, usually the people train 3 or 4 months for this competition in order to diet down and gain the condition to be under the lights and appear to be more cut up. And obviously that's what wins the swords. But I think the process is really to build your confidence and know that you've worked hard to achieve your look, and not everyone is going to win. Everyone that gets up on that stage, won't finish first. Some may not finish second, but everyone that stands up there is a winner because you overcome a lot of obstacles in the process of getting in shape and being on the stage. And like I said, some people, the goal might not be to win the competition. It might be just to lose 10 pounds or just to look better or to prove to a family or a friend, a member of something that they can get up there and they can compete at that level. I think that's really what it's all about, and overcoming certain goals and feeling confident and knowing that you put 100% into something and the hard work is paying off on the stage today.
Yeah, and that is great advice, of course, from the best. Now, 2016, you've been traveling a lot. What can your fans expect from you this year?
It's crazy. I never imagined even being off the stage now 2 years since I've competed, almost 3 years, that I've actually be as busy as I am. I'm traveling to all different events, especially internationally. I'm also promoting 5 other Jay Cutler events in different states, not just Las Vegas. I got Wyoming, I got Texas, I got Virginia, I got Massachusetts, I have 2. And of course, Las Vegas is a kickoff show of the year. So I'm attending those. I'm still active very much on social media, my Instagram and my Snapchat daily. I do my workouts and also my YouTube channel. So I'm actually putting out more content than I probably ever did. But as social media expands, that's an opportunity now to interact on a daily basis, hour to hour with the fans all around the world. So it's a really cool outlet to be able to do that. But most importantly, I'm just doing my best to get back to health and fitness and the sport of bodybuilding and really just trying to motivate people to be better themselves and get into shape and watch what they eat and really transform their physique. So when you look in the mirror, you're very happy and you're proud of the results that you look back at.
Absolutely. Now, you gave some good advice earlier for the first timers and whatnot, but now I'm sure you miss being on stage. Do you?
I'll tell you, that's a common question I get. People ask me, would you get up there and do it? I don't think I'll do it again at my age because obviously I switched now and I'm on the other side now with the promotional side and touring and doing things that are going to help other people a lot more than helping myself. But I just, I miss the crowds. I miss the cheers. And I achieved that once I reached the pinnacle, which was the Mr. Olympia competition. being from Las Vegas and being the guy that was second for so long, finally winning, and of course losing the title and then coming back to win it, it's given me a huge fan base. And when I used to walk out on that stage, it was just electrifying with the crowd, and I really miss the cheers. But you know what? It's someone else's time, and I'm living off a dream. I mean, I had a dream when I was 12 years old to be a bodybuilder. Picked up my first magazine when I was 12, and I said, I want to be a professional bodybuilder. I never imagined, fast forward, decades later, I'd be, being a Mr. Olympia competitor, and really just becoming, the number one bodybuilder on the planet times over. And now being able to give back that journey, that experience is actually a gift in itself. So I'm happy about that.
Now, you mentioned you accomplished basically your dream, you're living your dream, but are there still any personal goals that you set for yourself you would like to reach, even though you've done so much?
Every day is a struggle. I mean, I'm trying to do a million different things. I try to juggle everything, but really my time is more giving back to my family and my friends and the sacrifices that I had to do to become the best. And I hate to say that it was a very selfish route, but to be the best at something, you have to give enough time dedicated, and you have to stay committed, and you have to stay on a certain path that you set out to achieve. And if you want to reach the elite status, and especially with our business, it's really hard to juggle a lot of things and still be successful at, the training and the eating and the whole thing that really goes into day-to-day process to get to that level. So I think now I'm just really just trying to live my life and really enjoy things, but at the same time still giving back from the journey. And that's like the promotional side. I do supplements, I do clothing. I just, every day is a struggle for me to even get to the gym. I know what normal people experience now, not being competitive and not feeling, okay, I'm under the gun, I have to do this because I'm going to compete for the Mr. Olympia. Now I find myself missing days and, trying to get back and getting back into the right kind of diet. I just want to look my absolute best at 42 now. I just want to look as good as I can possibly look and still represent the elite status of bodybuilders, and that being a former Mr. Olympia. And it's just, I'm living it. That's what I'm doing right now.
Well, you're doing such a great job and a very busy businessman. But lastly, I noticed you are an avid sports fan. And with the NBA playoffs just around the corner, do you have any predictions on that, on your favorite?
I think Golden State's going to do it again. I would say the Spurs, but I haven't really followed it lately, so I don't know. But I would think Golden State's going to be the one to watch, obviously.
Yes, record-breaking year, like yourself, something you're used to, breaking records. Now, like you mentioned, you have so many fans. Where can they keep up with you?
Okay, where do I start? Jay Cutler Facebook, which is four-time Jay Cutler. I have Mr. O Jay Cutler on Twitter and on Snapchat. Jay Cutler Instagram, and what else? JayCutler.com, CutlerAthletics.com, CutlerNutrition.com.
Google.
The list, yeah, Google. Google Jay Cutler, you'll see. But the Jay Cutler, the bodybuilder, not the quarterback, which you know more about.